artist, you're actually performing artist. What do you have to say for those young artists who need the discipline to not just grab a mic, grab other stuff, letting them know that there is showmanship and it's a give and take between the fans and the artists? Well,
you know, with Whoodini, the way we first conceptualized it, we always looked at the business from a fan's perspective and what we would like to see if we were in the audience watching the show. So we always kind of had figured that the music had to be impeccable, but visually we always tried to give you more. We always tried to be active and busy and looking like a lot of things is going on because we thought that that was a truer form of entertainment. So that was our philosophy from the beginning.
Right. We bumped into like 3 stages that changed us. First was probably listening to Quincy Jones when he said, people heard your records live. Now, I heard your records. Now, when they see you live, what different things do you have to offer them? What else do you have to offer them? The second thing that came in effect was we played and we toured Europe before we did the States. So we had to do like an hour show with 15, 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes worth of records. So it brought something else out of us. Right. By the time we got home, we was living it. We wanted to live it another way. Right. And then we got to do a couple of shows in America, and this old head came on a bus one day, and he started shooting us down because he came up with the Commodores and all of them. And he just sat there and he was like, y'all don't impress me. He said, that shit y'all doing, that don't impress me. He said, I like your records better than I like your live. And that was the last time anybody ever said that to us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They took that to bring it out. So we try to, every night on stage is different. So we try to give you something that equals the energy that you just seen. You might have seen Prince before. You might have seen Michael Jackson before. You might have seen Rick James before. So we try to give you what we got to equal that energy.
You speak of the past a lot, but what about looking to the future? Where do you see the career going?
If we talk about record-wise?
Anywise.
Oh, we living it out, man. You know, I can't It's funny because somebody used to, like, at my old job when I used to work the 9 to 5, they asked me, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I never really had an answer for them. You know what I mean? I take it where the God puts me at. I put my destiny up in his hands and hope I fulfill to be what he wants me to be. The last time I said that and answered that to somebody, I went off course. So I'm going to put it where he puts me.
Right.
Okay. Is there an image, is there a goal that you would like to fulfill if possible?
Right now, this is stage 1 of it. Outside, just for me personally, me and the God got a love affair. We got back together, so that's my goal right now. That right now, just for me, Jalil, is that rebirth. I want to get to know him more, and he's getting to know me more. So the music, really, right now, that's not my one love. It's me and him got a thing going on.
Exactly.
You guys are legends in the world of hip hop, and we remember you from the Fresh Fest and all of that. If you could change anything and do anything differently with your careers, knowing what you know now, what would it be?
Not fucking up $400,000. For real. For real.
Anything else?
I think there's a lot of things, not a lot of things, but I think there's a couple of things I wish that I could have done differently. I think, you know, a lot of times in this business you have a way of becoming jaded once you become familiar with the ups and downs and the wear and the tear of the business, and sometimes it really wants you to, it really eats you up a little bit. So I think I wish I would have stayed a little bit more active, even, you know, inside or outside of Whoodini, just to kind of like, you know, preserve just our foundation. I think after a minute we kind of like retired, and when we say retire, we got off into raising children and other aspects of life that have to continuously go on, and I think music became more of on the back burner for us.
I mean,
So tonight is kind of great in the fact that, you know, I'm happy for ourselves.
True.
But I'm more happy for our children.
True.
For them to be able to see it like this, because a lot of times they hear stories, and they might catch a video here and there, but they never really get a chance to feel, you know, the impact or just what Whoodini was all about. But a night like tonight changes that.
Well, look, we thoroughbreds, for real, man. We really like warriors in this shit. You know what I'm saying? When we came through the game, there was no sound scam, there was no none of that.
There wasn't no MTV playing rap music.
Two sides of records. We made them flip the other side over. Mostly all the rappers were just talking about themselves. We gave you another concept, you know what I mean? Conceptual rap. We let you listen to song after song after song. It comes from working on the radio with Mr. Magic, you know, people calling in saying different things about hip hop, so we answered all of that. Yes. So we really like thoroughbreds in this. We got scars and stripes and you know what I mean? Remember, we're soldier, man. You know?
We kind of fought the battles of hip hop. I mean,
we don't have
the problem that we had 20 some odd years ago was radio stations was playing the instrumental of rap songs, and we had to go to the radio stations and convince them to turn the record over with the lyrics on the record, so that way we can kind of promote ourselves and get that out there. And after we fought that battle, then we had to be the nice guys in hip hop, because we couldn't talk dirty and we couldn't offend people, so we had to have clean music, so that way we wouldn't offend radio, and radio would play the records. And I mean, well, those battles are forgotten today, but back in the day, in 84 and 85, you know, and you got to remember, there was no Rap City, there was no MTV playing rap music, so everything was foot. Everything was on foot. You had to go to the little mom and pop stores. You had to go to the malls and promote yourself. You had to do every little thing to promote yourself. And then to come out of that, to be one of the, are we the first rap group to have a platinum album? That's a lot. With no videos and with no outlets like that, just local stuff.
And so, out of all the hip hop movies, we the ones that wasn't in none of them to survive. So you know what I mean?
So it's tough. You know, we have to be the ambassadors of hip hop. And I'm talking about Whoodini. You know about the Run DMC stuff, so I don't have to sit up here and tell you about the Run DMC. But what you don't hear is Whoodini was right there. You know what I'm saying? And we had a little friendly competition where we were both managed by Russell Simmons, where we would go out every night and try to kick each other's ass. And it was a friendly competition, but it kept the bar so high. And coming up behind us, when you got your Public Enemies or your LL Cool J's, we all brought them into the fraternity, showing them that this is what level we're at. KRS-One also. KRS-One also, my label mate. Somebody that I love, who's set the bar so high. Come on, you really got to be on top of your game. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, doing all that to see where hip-hop is now. 20 years ago, they say, did you think hip-hop will last? They thought it was like disco. It's going to be going in 5 years. We're like, you don't have no idea. Hip-hop going to be here forever and ever and ever and ever. And look what I'm saying. It's here. It's proven itself.
Dean, question for you. How do you stay so passionate behind the turntables? And also, do you play new music as well?
I play new music as well. It's just that when I get on, like a lot of people ask me to do, I practice all the time. I practice once in a while. But when I get on, things just happen, you know, and when y'all was speaking earlier about that, after the show tonight, man, Whoodini got to make another album.
I think so.
What we got to bring back to the game is better music, clean up the lyrics, and let's take it back to the party.
And not only that, I think hip-hop
take the kids to the next level.
I think hip-hop needs to have more variety. I mean, there's all different types of rap music out there. It's just that radio promotes certain types of rap music. So, and there's a lot of variety out there that I think they should go and set the bar high and just, you know what I'm saying, give us more of that variety.
To say that, I'd say I don't want to separate it, but it really is black music, that R&B stations, they really forget a lot of us, you know what I mean? Your children don't know nothing about Sly and the Family Stone. They don't know, you know what I mean? They forget all that whole generation of Parliament and Sly and the early music. So we prone to forget each other. So for what they call old school hip hoppers to come back, it's a struggle, and it's got to be attacked with the right ideas. It ain't impossible, but right now, since we older, we need to make records for our generation that's older. You know, it's a whole new vibe.
So the whole thing is support.
The market's still out there.
Exactly.
You guys create a hip hop people today were massive. They had to go through the same censorship that you all
the other ones are, you know.
I don't think so.
Hold on. It's true. I'm saying this. If I'm working on a radio station and I'm in a radio station and I'm playing music, right? If you telling me I can't play what I know, then I might as well not be here. If I gotta stick straight to form, that's why I came up under Mr. Magic. He had the format, but we had to play a little bit we know. Oh, why you got me here? Get the next robot. If we got DJs in the, if you're making $100,000 a year in radio, you can't play 2 or 3 records a week or 4 records that you suggested your own to show the guy. You gotta just stick to format and play this one, the same records that the next guy played the last show.
Radio doesn't break records
That's
anymore.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
So that's where it changed.
That's why these new guys sample stuff and don't really know where it come from. Our kids are missing out, and I'm not saying it to separate the music, but that's why there's no black bands no more. Feel me, Queen? There is none. There is none. No more Commodores, no more brass construction, no more Earth, Wind, and Fire. All our kids now stop going to study music. There's no more unity because they don't hear it. It's part of the reason. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
One love.
Thank you. Good night. God bless you.
It's been fun, man. It's been real. Y'all stay up.
KRS-One, the teacher.